Hey everybody, Rick Stella here with Digital Trends, and today we're going to be unboxing the Yuneec Typhoon H hexacopter. But before we get started, we just wanted to know where everybody was tuning into today, and if you fly drones, and if you do, what kind do you fly, which ones do you like, which ones do you not like, and how excited you are to take a look at the Typhoon H. So as we get started here unboxing it, go ahead and undo the top here. Right off the bat, the Typhoon H, as you'll notice, is a little bit different than typical drones. It is a hexacopter as opposed to a quadcopter. It does boast the 4K camera that a lot of drones are having these days. And it also has unique anti-collision sensors, as well as its own upgraded ST-16 ground station. We are excited to take a look at. I'm going to take the top off here. Unveil it. There it is. And first thing we see here, we got a little bit of few accessories and cables. Here's your basic charge cable with the controller tether leash attached to it as well. We also got what looks to be your Typhoon H propellers. Actually a little bit smaller than, say, a Yuneec Q500 rotor blade, and same build strength actually as the Q500 as well too. Like we got enough in there for, got about 12 of them in there for 2 full sets. And then what you have been waiting for, the Typhoon H. As you can see here right away, the 4K camera is installed here at the bottom. It's got a little bit of a cover on it. We'll go ahead and take that off. And as is the case with current Typhoon drones, they have the 4K camera attached with the CG03 anti-vibration gimbal. And what's special about this one is it actually rotates 360 degrees around, which really helps out with any budding videographer, photographer. Lets you get any shot you want no matter where you are in the sky. And we'll go ahead and set this down and pop up the rotor arms here.
Real quick, Rick, Timac wants to know how much it costs.
This one is going to be roughly $1,400, I believe, when it's retailed. I know that Typhoon prices tend to vary when they release, but the last time we checked on this one, it was hovering around $1,400 for retail through the Yuneec website. As you can see here too, the rotor arms are made of carbon fiber. That helps out a little bit with the strength of each of them. And these popped up really easily and just sort of pressed to a click when they went up to the top there and locked right in. You can also see here too, the landing gear is retractable. So when you're flying it, you can bring it up, and what that does is allow you to, get all the shots that either from either side of it without capturing any of the landing gear in your shots. So that's one of the cool things to see with this hexacopter. It's a little bit different from some of the other drone Yuneec has been coming out with, and definitely geared towards shooting video and capturing photos. As you can see right here on the front, here is the power button to boot it up. Simple press of that will turn it on for you. Yuneec does say that this is ready to fly out of the box, so the battery presumably is charged. You'll be able to pop it right in and fly it right away just by hitting that button. As you can see in the front here as well, these 2 sensors right here, this uses sonar for its anti-collision technology. So let's say, for instance, you get yourself into a bad position, either flying near a tree or a wall. This will actually detect that barrier and will stop the drone from flying to kind of save you from, catastrophe with your drone. As we get into the box here as well too, a few accessories. Here's a charge box for charging up your batteries. Here is a charge cable. More charge cables. This looks like a car adapter to charge your battery if you're on the go, which is useful because the battery is only supposed to have a 25-minute flight time, which is a little bit lower than some drones, but considering the amount of power that this is going to have, it's likely that you wouldn't be able to get more than 25 minutes out of it. Pretty hefty battery here, and as you can see when we flip this around to put it in, this just slides in the back here pretty easily, clicks in there, and is really flush in the back. And this little port here is actually on the battery. You can pull it and pull out the battery fairly easily on one go there. We'll go ahead and keep the battery in for the rest of this video.
Shane, flight time is 25 minutes rated on the battery. Of course, if you're getting all funky with it, it's probably shorter than that. Trevor Morgan, if you want to order one, you can order one, I think, on Amazon.
Amazon, on Yuneec's website as well, too. Yeah. You go there and you can take a look at all of their suite of drones, but this is their brand new one. Amazing looking right out of the box. A little bit smaller than what we thought and what some of the pictures have showed it, what we've seen in the past, but it's very sturdy with the carbon fiber arms, carbon fiber landing gear, and it looks like one of the most durable drones that Yuneec has released. And as we keep going in here, we got one more thing. This is the Wizard, the Typhoon Wizard wand, which is actually a little bit new for drones. What this allows you to do is basically it tethers it to the drone, and with just a sweep of your hand, you can guide your drone wherever you want to. It also has some of the camera and video buttons on here too, so that when you're away from your controller and you just want to use this Wizard wand, you can still capture video, take photographs. So this is kind of a cool addition to modern day drones, and has GPS built into it. Kind of a fun way to navigate your drone when you buy one.
We had one person ask if you can buy spare batteries, and absolutely you can.
We recommend it.
Yeah, and we recommend getting more than one, obviously, because they take a while to charge. Probably about $100 a battery or so.
Yeah, and typically charging the battery takes a few hours to charge. So with only 25 minutes, I mean, you spend 3 or 4 hours charging the battery, and to only fly for 25 minutes, then have to pack it in. That can kind of be a bummer sometimes. So multiple batteries is definitely recommended for that. And then we do have one more thing, the ST16 controller.
Look at that
This
thing.
is amazing. It looks a lot smaller with the picture on the box, but in person, this thing is giant. It's sleek construction. It's matte black finish here, similar to the ST10 Plus. Both controller joysticks here are easy to control, really comfortable on your thumbs, and should be very responsive once the drone is up into the air. All of the buttons here, you have your photograph button, your capture video button. You can adjust some of the sort of orientation of the drone while it's in the air with these D-pads here. You're able to turn the drone on with the start-stop switch there. You'd obviously want to lift these antennas for better connectivity while you're flying. On the top here as well, you see the landing gear. So this is new to the controller as well. You obviously want to launch with landing gear down. Once you're in the air, simply flip this to up, and it brings the landing gear up. Allows you to take as many photos as you want from all over the drone without capturing any of that landing gear in the photo itself. And then on the back, you adjust your pitch of the camera here.
Oh, that's on the other side.
Oh, this one is the pitch of the camera right
This is the
here.
response time over
and
there.
this is the response time as well. So the turtle for slower, the hare for quicker.
Kevin Nelson is asking what the range from the remote is, and as stated from Yuneec, it will transmit 720p high-def video to the screen here for a mile, 1 mile.
1 mile away, yeah. So we're not sure when you would ever want to get a mile away. I know we were chatting about this earlier, Bill, and you said possibly getting a mile up into the air for some of those real wide sweeping shots. So we wouldn't recommend getting a mile kind of distance away from you with the drone, but if you wanted to take it straight up into the air, that would be something that would be sort of be able to let you capture some really great shots with the drone itself.
If you fly the drone away and it loses contact, because it has GPS, it will come back to you.
Mm-hmm. There's a return home function. If you simply switch it to return home, and if you've set your area where you took off, it will fly right back to that area where the drone took off from. It's great to kind of get yourself out of a jam if you lose it anywhere, or say the batteries are dying. It can just quickly navigate itself back over to its home area.
This is a really impressive remote. Why don't you take that screen cover off? Let's
Yeah.
take a look at the screen, see if we can get it to boot up. Mike, better than a DJI Inspire. We haven't tried to fly it yet, so we don't quite know. The Inspire is certainly a very impressive rig, but it's a quad, and this is a hex. And one nice feature about this hex is if you lose a motor on this, you can fly it on 5 motors, and that's not going to happen on a quad.
And that kicks in automatically,
That
too.
does,
So
yeah,
it recognizes it, and it will
yeah.
kick that in automatically so you don't crash your drone.
Yeah.
And here's the controller booting up right here. You can see the 7-inch color screen here is a gorgeous display. As Bill said, it's 720p transmission, so you'll be able to see exactly what your drone sees while it's in the air, and crystal clear as well. You'll also get all of the information pertaining to your drone. So the position in the air, its altitude, its speed.
Trying to get focus here, folks. Sorry about the out of focus.
Also has distance
There we
away
go.
from the controller itself. The battery's level, so it kind of alerts you of when it's getting low, when you should land it, and how much is left.
This way. There we go.
And then you also have some of the system settings here, and as well as the model select. So this looks like this is going to be compatible with a range of Yuneec's drones. I know the
I'm sorry about the Wi-Fi dropping out here, folks. We're pausing when it drops out so you don't miss anything. Go ahead, Rick.
So this is compatible, will be compatible with a number of other Yuneec drones as they release. Much as like the ST10 Plus ground controller was compatible with other Yuneec drones, this will as well, sort of allowing you to, if you own a number of Yuneec drones, allowing you to use this for several drones rather than needing to buy them separately. And also on here, you can see, which of the rotors are working. It'll tell you if they aren't working there. And it also has the GPS calibration on here as well. And typically when you're flying, obviously the camera's not on right now, but this will be the full screen here of what your camera shows.
And we should point out that yes, a couple of people have asked, yes, the drone, the remote works on the Android operating system, so lots of features to come in the future, easy to upgrade, and if you're familiar with the Android phones and so forth, you should be good.
Powerful operating system. It also says here the Intel is inside too, so you know it's going to be a pretty powerful controller.
Time Mac is asking if it has follow feature and waypoint. It absolutely does, along with a lot of other modes. Let's go over those real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look at those modes over here real quick. So on the box it actually says you've got the follow me mode. You can actually set a number of waypoints for it to follow, and you can have it fly any sort of path that you would like. It has a follow me mode, so if you say you're kind of walking away from it, you don't want to steer it, it will follow you along as it goes. It also has what's called journey mode. Right here talks about it. Journey mode, it's dynamic return home function, points of interest. So this one, it's really geared towards videographers and photographers, and Yuneec calls it the most advanced videography and photography platform out for any drone on the market. And so obviously they're saying that for themselves, but what we've seen so far doesn't allow us to not think that that is actually correct. So
why don't you put some rotors on that guy?
Let's put some rotors on here.
Mohammed wants to know if it has orbit mode. Yes, Mohammed, it does. They call it point of interest mode, and it's the same as orbit mode. HDMI output on the remote, we were looking and didn't see it, so I don't think so.
There were a few USB ports on
there are some ports, but no direct HDMI output. Yeah. But the drone, is, just so we're clear here, it does shoot in 4K. And uses the same camera that's on the Typhoon Q500.
Correct, yeah, and 30 frames per second in 4K.
Yeah, and it will shoot slow motion in high definition.
So here we'll go with the rotors here.
Usually push to turn.
Yeah, it's sort of wonky here.
But we're pretty impressed with the size of this. We thought it was going to be a lot bigger. It's actually fairly small, which means that if you need to fly in a tight space, you can. David is asking if it's waterproof. I doubt it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very waterproof. I would say that you would probably keep it dry. It might be a little rainproof. Life cycle of the batteries, probably if you take good care of it, 1,000 charges or so. Tyler, they're $1,400. Available now. And it is very, very impressive. We're looking forward to doing a full review on it.
Full review on the way.
But that remote is just nuts. We thought it was going to be a lot smaller than it is. Can I see the remote?
Yeah.
We thought this remote was going to be much smaller. I do not have small hands. You can see from the size of this how big it is.
The screen itself is 7 inches, so if you can see a little bit past that,
Fatih, you can buy sizable. If you're in the United States, Fatih, you can buy it from the Yuneec's website or Amazon, and there's probably some specialized drone retailers that will also sell it to you. $1,400, Nick. Price includes the remote. Comes with everything you need. It's ready to fly out of the box.
Yeah, the remote, the battery, the wizard controller here as well too. All of the charge cables that you need, including a car adapter here as well. It even comes, I know we sort of saw this a little bit, but with a styrofoam case for you to hold it in.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty sturdy case.
Yeah, it's not bad. We've used these before in the past, and they're pretty great to use. There's also...
David, we don't sell it, buddy. We just review it, but it's out there.
Comes with a USB cord as well as an SD card, which is key if you're going to be capturing video and photography and you want to keep it, and you want to save it and transfer it to your computer there.
Jay, as far as we know, no FPV lag, but we will test it out when we get the chance.
This looks like more of a wand holder there. For
little wand holder that goes on your arm, so you can have your Yes, it does have a sun shield. It's right. It's right here. Sun shield goes right on the remote to give you better viewing out in the sun.
And we've used this Yuneec Sun Shield before. It works perfectly.
Yeah. What about the camera? If you compare with DJI, we've used both, and so far we'd say that the cameras are just about equal. Maybe a tiny bit better on the Yuneec than the Phantom.
Well, we've noticed at least we've done a lot with the Yuneec and noticed that some of the footage we're getting with the Yuneec is a little bit clearer. The one thing that sets us apart is the 360 swivel right here too.
Because the gear folds up.
And the gear folds up. You won't be capturing that gear in there. And so while other drones do this, it is great to see on something that's as video and photo centric as this drone, to have it completely 360 swivel, and it doesn't have to go back. It can continue to swivel as many times as you want. The CG03 gimbal obviously is anti-vibration. This gimbal is amazing. We've seen that on the Q500 too, and it's worked perfectly during our testing.
All right, folks, our battery on our phone unfortunately is running low, so we're going to have to go. People are asking us to fly it. We are absolutely going to do so, but not right now.
Stay tuned.
We got to charge it up, and we got to get familiar with all the operation of the remote and everything. But we are really looking forward to getting some great video for you, so please check back. We'll post it up in a short review and on Facebook. Thanks a lot for joining in. I'm Bill Robertson, photographer.
I'm Rick Stella with Digital Trends. Thank you.